7 people have died overnight in Kabul as they tried to hold on to an American military jet as it took off. And the airport, as I was just saying before, is in total chaos. It's now closed. We've got scores of desperate civilians gathering inside the airport and on the tarmac. About 3,000 US troops at the airport trying to take control. US President Biden, he'll deliver a press conference at 7:45 our time this morning. Well, with us now out of the Middle East is Al Jazeera presenter Kamal Santamaria. Thank you very much for being with us. Can you tell us what's the latest on the crowds at the airport? Because US officials are calling it tenuous.
Oh, yeah, that's a good word. My goodness. Well, the situation keeps changing because there are times where the US will say, right, everything's shut down. There's definitely no commercial flights. And then they say, we're suspending our flight operations. Then they say it'll happen again. We're starting up again, but it could stop at any time. There is absolutely no playbook for what's happening at the moment. And as you say, the thousands of people, I think I heard you say millions even before. I'm not so sure about that, but there's been some extraordinary numbers of people there because they are desperate. They are utterly, utterly desperate to get out of Afghanistan to the point of clinging on to a C-17 transport plane. I'm sure you've seen those pictures, and they are just, that for me is the Saigon moment, the Saigon helicopter picture. This is that defining moment, that defining image I feel. Watching people running beside an American transport plane.
Yeah, it's absolutely heartbreaking, isn't it, to see. How possible is it for countries to do their own evacuations at the moment then, given the state of the airport? Because our concern here is we haven't even left New Zealand yet.
No, well, look, everything's got to be done through the Americans. Obviously, they have secured, as much as they can, secured the airport. That is basically their embassy now because they've left their embassy. All their staff are there. And I think, really, if we're being honest, US interests come first at this stage with regards to the airport. Even they're saying that. They're giving priority to getting their people out before getting any Afghans out. So I would think that other countries will be even further down the list.
Gosh, Biden's speaking in 2.5 hours. What should we expect to hear from him?
Oh, my goodness. First of all, I'd like to hear from him why he's taken so long. Kabul fell over 24 hours ago, and the US president hadn't said anything and wasn't going to say anything for a couple more days. I think his hand's been forced on this one. He needs to explain what on earth has gone on, and the fact that, a month ago he was saying, no, there will be no helicopters on the roofs of embassies, and this won't be like Saigon. It's been exactly like, it's been worse than that, quite frankly. So he's got a big explaining to do. The only leeway I would give him, I guess, is that he inherited a lot of this from President Trump, who inherited it from President Obama, who inherited it from President Bush. There are 4 presidents worth here who actually probably need to do some explaining.
It's a very good point and so true. Kamal, thank you very much for being with us this morning. Kamal Santamaria, Al Jazeera presenter based in the Middle East.